When I came Taiwan, like just in 3 months, I made my mind I want to settle down here.
Oh, really?
I felt it with the people, like the connection was good. Kind of like, yes, this is the place I want to settle down.
Right, how's it going, Dennis?
Oh, good. How are you?
I'm fine. Thanks a lot for doing the interview with me.
Sure.
So I've actually known you for 5 years now, I think.
Yeah?
Because I used to live just down the street and I would walk over here to your restaurant and have some of the best Indian food that I've actually had in Kaohsiung. So I wanted to ask you a few questions today.
Sure.
About your time in Taiwan, about your time opening a restaurant here in Taiwan, and then comparing your life from India to your new life in Taiwan.
Sure.
Where I understand you have a new family.
Yeah, it's been like 10 years I live in Taiwan already.
10 years?
Yeah, that's a decade, so it's been a pretty long time.
Wow. And you are married to a Taiwanese woman?
Yeah, I'm married to her. I have a 4-year-old kid.
Okay.
And yeah, it's pretty good.
So he's half Indian and half Taiwanese?
Yes, he is.
I mean, what brought you here to Taiwan at all from India?
Okay, like I wanted to take a break from my work, so I want to actually choose an Far East Asian country to settle for a while. And I was just browsing through the internet. I wanted to go to Japan and South Korea, but my friends in Taiwan said like, yo, Taiwan is much easier to live compared to Japan and South Korea. Like, it's cost effective. So I thought, since I'm gonna live here for 2 years, so I chose Taiwan. I did my research. Taiwan is pretty safe and the cost of living is good. People are friendly, so yeah.
And that was 10 years ago. Your plan was for 2 years.
Yeah, it was just 2 years like.
Famous last words.
When I came Taiwan, like just in 3 months, I made my mind I want to settle down here.
Oh, really?
I felt it with the people, like the connection was good. People was really friendly. Back then, 10 years ago, not many people speak English, right? But it was fine, like still they when I want to take an MRT or a local bus or something, people wait for me and then they try to like figure out where do I want to go, and then they use Google Translate and everything. So some people go to an extent like they come with me, drop me in the next station, so kind of like, yes, this is the place I want to settle down.
So that was your experience 10 years ago?
10 years ago.
The Taiwanese really went out of their way. They saw, okay, you're a foreigner, maybe you don't speak the language, maybe you need some help.
Yeah.
And they really tried their hardest to make sure you felt comfortable here.
Exactly.
Nice.
And the other thing is like, I used to usually lose my things, like phones or anything, like, and it's like a boomerang, it comes back to me, right? Like, yes.
Lose your phone, lose your wallet.
Wallet, not many times, but I lost my phone a couple of times in Carrefour. Like I just leave it in the trolley, or sometimes I leave my phone in the restaurant table. But I always get it back, which will never happen in India, right?
So you get it back right away or a few days later?
No, right away.
Oh, I see. So something runs after you. Say, hey, sir, you forgot your phone.
Sometimes like that. Like sometimes I go back home, then I was like, okay, these are the places I visited. So I go back there and I usually get it.
Okay, so how did you end up meeting your Taiwanese wife, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, we are a bunch of mutual friends, and my wife just came from Australia, so she was doing her working holidays there. So when she came back, I had some friends who did working holidays before in Australia, so yeah, through a mutual friend we met.
Wow.
And the connection was good, and we both had the same hobbies. Slow by slow, I don't know. The love Cupid hit an arrow for us.
Love Cupid hit the arrow. Getting to your restaurant, because we're actually sitting inside Dennis's Indian restaurant here in Kaohsiung. So what made you want to start a restaurant and start a business in Taiwan?
Okay, like when I came here, like all the Indian restaurant was pretty outside my budget. It was always in my bucket list, like I need to start something which is affordable for everyone to try.
Actually, it's one of my questions I wanted to ask you today. Might as well talk about it now. I've noticed most of the Indian restaurants around Kaohsiung, even all around Taiwan, tend to be on the pricey side. They're quite expensive. And one of the reasons why I have kept coming back to your restaurant is everything seems very, not only delicious, but affordable.
Yeah, that was my main motto when I opened the restaurant. So I was working out how to do, because all the masalas were imported from India. Then I was thinking how to cut down the cost. So I just went with simple interiors. I didn't go anything fancy with sofas or something, like just a table and a chair, but I make sure my food is good.
Almost like a Indian equivalent of a xiaoche, like, you know, the small Taiwanese restaurant.
Yes, exactly.
So let's go back to your young family. Do you think your son will grow up in Taiwan?
Yes, he is a Taiwanese citizen because according to Indian law, he can hold only one passport. We cannot hold dual passports. So my wife said she wants him to have a Taiwan passport, and I was like, okay, fine.
So pretty soon, I think his Mandarin will probably be better than.
No, he's actually speaking good Mandarin. He also speaks Taiwanese because his grandma speaks Taiwanese. And my mom speaks English, so he speaks English, Mandarin, Taiwanese. He's picking up Tamil, which is my mother tongue. And he's only 4 years old.
4 years and 4 languages already. Wow.
Yes.
That's amazing. Do you miss home at all?
Yeah.
Because you're from southern India.
Yes.
Do you get homesick?
No, I don't get homesick because most of my friends live abroad, so I have nothing to miss. But sometimes I miss the culture, especially the local festivals like Pongal or Tamil New Year, something like Tamil festivals come. I wish if I was in my country. Like, for example, for Taiwan, Double 10, the National Day, they celebrate huge. And there is one more festival, Chinese New Year. They fireworks and everything near the Love River. So these kind of stuff happen for my local festival.
Yes.
So when I see it in the news, like, oh man, sometimes, yeah.
And just to wrap things up about your restaurant, I really do love your food. Have you altered the recipes at all to suit Taiwanese tastes?
No, I never.
No. So it's actually super traditional, authentic, local South Indian dishes.
Yeah, it's always the same masala. I never alter anything. The only thing we alter is like the chili powder and the coriander powder because that gives you the huge spice.
Yes.
So some people cannot tolerate huge spice. So what I do is we put a pinch of it.
Okay.
Just for the flavor. So it's still spicy. But if they want authentic, then I just put the way we put it.
So if I really did want it 100% total spice level of South India, we can totally do that here.
Yeah, we can.
So if you really want the real taste of India, just make sure you let Dennis know.
Yeah, make sure you send me Indian spicy and I got it.
Okay. And I see your mom is working hard back there. How does she like living in Taiwan?
She's not working, she's just helping. She get bored here, so she said, I want to check your accounts. So every day she comes in the night, just look into accounts, that's it.
She's your own personal accountant.
Yeah, she's not working, but like she's getting bored, so I was like, okay, do something like so that her time gets passed.
And she's actually here helping out your son as well.
Yeah, she is retired, so she's born at hometown, so she visits here to see her grandson, and she made a lot of Taiwanese friends. She cannot speak a word in Chinese, but she have like 5 to 6 Taiwanese friends in the park. Okay. I don't know how they communicate, but like, yeah.
So they go do exercises and things like that?
Yes, like my mom takes her grandson, and then she spends time with the other Taiwanese grandmothers in the park.
Oh, nice. Well, thanks so much, Dennis. And maybe just one last question.
Sure.
Do you have any regrets about moving your entire life to Taiwan?
No, I'm glad I moved to Taiwan. Yeah, I'm glad, really glad. Like
10 years in?
Yeah, like I've been to different countries, but Taiwan is one country I really like. That's why I stay here. I anchored myself.
Because I'm sure, you could have chosen, as you said, Japan, Korea, Vietnam. I've traveled those countries as well. I always come back to Taiwan as just such a nice and comfortable place to live.
Yes.
Any last words?
Last words is like I want to thank every customers of our restaurant because like during COVID it was pretty tough business, but because of them I'm still surviving and I'm stable because like during COVID a lot of my Taiwanese customers just take away, but they drop in, they supported my business really good. So I want to thank all my regular customers and other customers who visit my shop. Because of them, I'm still surviving. If they are not there, my business would have been swiped in the COVID. I really want to thank those customers during the COVID period.
So all your kind of loyal customers, they really helped you out and looked out for you during that couple of years of COVID.
Exactly. I know like it was pretty tough for most people because even their business were closed. Like most of them were not working, but still they know me for a while. They know like how I work, how my business works. So they come keep buying curries. Like it's okay.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so I'm really, really thankful for them. Yeah, if I want to say anything, I would never forget that moment. And I will be always thankful for those people.
It's beautiful. All right, and for everybody watching, if you're in Kaohsiung or outside of Kaohsiung, you want to come down here to visit and try out the incredible South Indian food that Dennis and his restaurant provides, just check out all the links below. Thanks again, man.
Thank you so much.
Really appreciate that.
Appreciate it too.
As always, you'll see me again very soon.
Yeah, cheers.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks, guys, for watching.
Subscribe.
All right, bye-bye.